Thank you very much, Esther. Hello, friends. Once again, my name is Soni. I'm an alcoholic. On behalf of the Welcome Online Group, AA Chandigarh, India, I would like to welcome you all to our daily online meetings, which we hold between 6 and 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Today is Saturday, 11th of September, and I would like to welcome the lady speakers today. We have 3 ladies with us today. Our first lady will be sharing with us on her experience, strength, and hope. For this, we have Vilma. Vilma is 9 years sober from YPAA Group, Vilnius, Lithuania. And Vilma will be sharing with us for 30 minutes. Our second speaker is Alka J. Alka J will be sharing with us on the topic 24-hour living. Alka is 14 years sober from Bengaluru online meeting, Pune, India. Again, Alka will be sharing with us for 30 minutes. And our third speaker will be sharing with us on the topic, God is my director. For this, we have Kathy F. Kathy F is 44 years sober, and she's from Thursday Night Group from New Jersey, USA. Again, Kathy will be sharing with us for 30 minutes. So without taking up any more time, I would like to invite Vilma. Vilma, if you can hear me, please unmute yourself. Welcome to the meeting.
Hello.
Welcome. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thanks, Son. Hello, I am Vilma, alcoholic, and it's a pleasure to be at this meeting. I'm currently sick and staying at home, so there is some bright opportunity to just attend a meeting in this way. And I can tell a bit more about myself. So my sobriety date is 2012, May 27. And my home group is IPA group in Vilnius. It's a meeting for young people in AA, because I got sober when I was 24 years old, and they were identified with the challenges young people face when they just trying to get sober. And I also have a sponsor. Her name is Irma, and I call her once, twice a week, just to check in. Because it's a very good practice in EA. If I have any secret and if I don't want to tell her, that means I need to tell her. It's for me. And I was born in a small town in Lithuania, and I have many alcoholics in my family. My childhood was quite difficult, and I remember when I was 12 years old, I tried alcohol myself, and it was the first time I got drunk, and I felt this amazing freedom in myself. And I felt like I can love others, I can be friendly, and everything is okay with me. And I remember that feeling quite well. After that, I decided to be a good girl. I always want to be like a really good person, and I always had this conflict between alcohol and me. So I decided to quit drinking, but I did it anyway. I used to drink at the parties because I was afraid to interact with my friends of the same age, because when you are a teenager, number one priority in your life is to have friends. And I didn't care if I drank too much to get them. When I was 16 years old, I remember losing control over alcohol for the first time in my life, because I was drinking, and I remember thinking that I'm drunk already and it's enough for me. But there was some strange power in me that kept me going, and I kept going, and I drank, and I experienced blackout, and I got scared. I never experienced this and not imagine that I cannot manage my life this way. And I got scared, and I decided to to quit parties and to find new friends. And I started to study very hard, and I finished my school and joined university. I started studying medicine. I was very proud of it. I really liked the respect people gave to me because of this field of study. But actually, I didn't like it. I was studying only for the pride, and it didn't last long before I quit school and I joined to another field. I started. I joined the other field, which was easier, and I started to drink again. And after that, everything was very quick because I experienced my degradation of personality. I remember on my last year of drinking, I like spending time in my room and just playing video games. I didn't have energy to do anything. I isolated myself from my friends and family. And the only thing that gave me joy was alcohol. I also started to think about suicide a lot, and these thoughts were quite intrusive. That's why I decided to look for help, and I found this 12-step group that I joined, and I met some woman who was a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. This woman was really nice. She was really beautiful and confident, and she said she was alcoholic, and it really confused me. So I started to talking with her, and she told me two things. She told me to quit drinking and go to AA meetings. And at first I was real confused. I said, okay, I will stop drinking, but I don't need AA because I'm sober for quite a while now. I was sober for 2 months. And why do you need to go to AA meeting when you're already sober? I experienced a lot of confusion because of that. But she just told me that if your life gets harder, if you feel you cannot make it on your own, just come to a meeting. And soon I came here because I experienced this unmanageability of life. It was when I got sober, I was still in university, and I remember I was not able to go to my lectures because I felt really insecure. Just I was really afraid talking to people, and I also felt there's something wrong with my brain because I cannot study anymore. And these things scared me because all my life I put my trust in the ability to be smart and to think, and I was not able to do it anymore. So I came to a meeting and I got a relief. And after that, I came the next day and I got relief again, and I started going to A meetings every day. I was going to A meetings every day, like, I don't know, for half a year, I guess. And after that, I identified with other members. I identified with their fears and with this strange power where you cannot control your alcohol. I was thinking, reflecting a bit about my first year of sobriety, and I remember it as quite a difficult time for me, and I was wondering why it was so difficult to get sober. And I think it was because of my ego. I had a really big ego inside of me. I wanted to do grandiose things. I want to be really smart, really beautiful, really good person. I wanted to save the world. I was not able to, to go out of my room. And I felt disgusted of myself. And I felt not loved enough, not appreciated enough, and this alcoholic ego made me feel really miserable. And the only relief I found was being around other alcoholics. At first, it was the meetings, and I started to hang out with other alcoholics on my free time. We used to go to AA conventions, and I found I can be free around them. It really helped me. So when I was about 4 years sober, I experienced some crisis in my sobriety because I realized that these things do not work for me anymore, because I was facing the reality of being sober girl, and I was not able to go through my fears. I finished university, but I was not able to get a job, and I was working in a real hard. I was working really hard. I needed to get up early in the morning, and I was very unhappy about it. I was living in a flat with 2 other girls, and we are fighting a lot. I was having these dreams which I was not able to fulfill, and I felt miserable again. And I remember I was reading in our literature that if you ever lose faith in AA and you think that there is no answer in AA anymore, you just wait. You just please go to the meetings and wait, because you will you will meet some person who you identify with, and that person will bring you hope. And I read this line and I decided to follow this advice, and I was just going to a meeting and looking for a sponsor, basically. And it was real strange because at the time I knew all the women in AA in Vilnius, Lithuania, and I didn't like any of them. I was so arrogant. And at the same time, one woman came back to Lithuania from USA. She was studying in USA, and she came back to Lithuania and came back to Alcoholics Anonymous. And I was listening to her story, and she was telling basically the way I felt. She said that she experienced some crisis when she was sober for 5 years and was able to find enthusiasm in AA again. And she was really enthusiastic, and she was speaking everywhere, and she was doing a lot of service, and she was sponsoring a lot of girls. And I decided to ask for help. And I said, could you please be my sponsor? And she said, okay, I will be a sponsor if you do all these things that we are too much. Like you need to call me every day, you need to go to meetings 3 times a week, you need to find your home group. And if someone in the AA asks you to do something, please say yes. First, it was quite hard because I was still an arrogant person. After a few months, I experienced this peace of mind, and I also started to get interested in AA again, because I started to notice newcomers, and I really liked doing service, and I really liked being with my brothers and sisters basically in AA. And my journey of the steps began. We are reading the big book, and we are doing the steps. And I remember the huge change in me when I was in the middle of the steps. I was doing step 5, which is basically telling your resentments and fears to another person. And me and my sponsor, we are doing this step 5. I was reading everything about me, all this anger, resentment issues. And at the beginning, I felt quite hopeless. I felt that there is these fears and resentments inside of me, and I have no power to fight them. I have no power to fight them. And I felt quite hopeless and like pessimistic about it. But while I was reading, sometimes we used to stop and laugh, and sometimes we used to stop and my sponsor told something about herself. And I was looking at my sponsor and thought she is the same as me, but she has this peace inside of her and she is in peace with herself. And maybe there is a way for me. And I experienced this spiritual awakening. I thought that maybe there is a higher power that can help me to live through my alcoholism. And after I finished step 5, I was going home, and I decided to check if I could really rely on a higher power. I was having a job interview. At the time, I had this fear of choking up. It used to happen in the meetings when I used to block and could not speak with other people. And this fear was quite big, and I was thinking not going to the job interview because of that. But I decided to risk it and just put it on the higher power, just to put it on God and see how it will go. And I said, God, fix it. Just fix it, and I see if you are real or not. So I went to the job interview, and I remember knocking on the door, and I remember feeling blocked. I opened the door and I saw a dog inside of the room, a real live dog. I started to just play with him, and all my fears went away. And I was able to do the interview and I got the job. I came back home and I was real surprised, and I realized that it was truth, what is written in the agnostics. All my life, I put my trust on my ability to think, and I put my trust on being self-sufficient, but there is also God, and I can live my way just depending on Him. So it made quite a big change in me, because after that, I became like a fan of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I still am. And I also try to practice like spiritual principles in my life and keep getting surprised of what outcome it might bring to me. After that, I experienced quite a few years of seven step, I think so, what was happening to me. Because for some reason, I used to call my sponsor and I used to cry a lot of the things I did, of my character defects. And I was so discontent of myself. And I used to call her. I used to tell her this. I used to call, tell, use, call, tell. And then there was some change in me when I realized that I can put my character to the care of God as well. And I realized this and became more peaceful as well. I joined the training program for my job. It was very hard for me, and I practiced this principle of dress up and show up. So I used to dress up and show up, dress up and show up, dress up and show up. And I don't know how, but after a few years, the fear of people disappeared. It was like a miracle. I just woke up one morning and I realized I'm not afraid to go to my job anymore. And I actually didn't do anything. I mean, I used to call to my sponsor and complain about it. and nothing changed. And then I decided to just, oh, okay, I will live this as forever. It's okay for me. I accepted it and then it disappeared. So I keep getting surprised of this program actually. So when I was doing my step 9, making comments to the people I've heard, I was quite skeptical as well, because I didn't know how to be in a relationship and to maintain the relationship. And I was not sure if I need this. But anyway, I wanted to trust the process. So I made this amends to people. For example, I was quite cold with my mother, and we are quite we had no relationship basically. And I decided just to call her every week and to visit her on special occasions. And that was my amends to her. And while I'm doing this, I feel that I am a better person. Strange. Like I feel more self-worth. So I keep doing this, and I also keep working with my sponsees. And currently my sponsee is doing step 10, and she sends me her night inventory through message every night. And I feel ashamed not to do it myself. So I do it myself, and I send her the same inventory. And she helps me just to stay, just to maintain this emotional sobriety. And step 12, service. I feel there is a line in the book that says that helping the newcomers or being around newcomers is the brightest moments in our lives. And I noticed this myself. When I doubt there is a meaning in life, I just need to go into service and to see how other people change. I saw people getting sober, like literally getting sober, and it's really inspiring. And I actually lost the track of time. How much time do I have to speak?
Ma'am, you have another 9 minutes.
9 minutes, okay. I might tell a bit of my IPA group in Vilnius, because we experienced some like challenges in the pandemic. So I have this home group that has a meeting every Friday in the evening. And my sponsor told that I should just find the group I feel I can be the most in service, and go to every meeting there. So I decided to trust this process, and I joined this IPA group. And we are experiencing these challenges, how to maintain this meeting during the pandemic time. So at first we just transferred to Zoom Meet platform. We're doing Zoom meeting. Then we decided that it will be good to translate the meeting to a sign language, because it's a good opportunity just to have a sign language interpreter, because it's very visually good opportunity to do so. After that, we went to a hybrid form, and I remember reading the chapter from our daily reflections, I think, about Bill. Alcoholics Anonymous was founded before the World War II. And there was a line that many alcoholics, many AA members went to war for 4 years. And there was like a challenge if they can make it, because we are separated and there were no meetings. And it was quite a horror so far if they are going to make it. And I remember reading this. And after that, we went to a quarantine in Lithuania. And it's very nice to see that there are some creative ways when we can make it, we can go through with it. And I really like this group and this idea of like making international meetings with women speakers and men speakers. So it actually brings me joy. So I will finish now, and looking forward to Kathy and Alka.
Thank you very much, Vilma. Thank you for your wonderful emotional sharing. I could relate to a lot of things that you mentioned, and if I may, I will just take a minute or so just to things that I could actually relate with. You said that this program is full of pleasant surprises. I don't need to keep secrets. I need to share them with others. It could be my sponsor, it could be my fellow AA members. There was always a conflict between drink and myself. I tried to stop, but couldn't stop. I had lost all control over alcohol. I experienced degradation in my personality. I wanted help. I looked for help, and I found help in the 12-step group and the AA meetings. You used the word relief. You found it in the AA meetings. I had fears and resentments within me. I should not be fighting them. I should be accepting them. My higher power, AA, 12 steps have helped me to recognize that. Thank you so much for your wonderful sharing. I hope you can stay with us till the end of the meeting. I'm sure there will be questions or comments that people will want to, the other people will want to share with you. So please stay with us till the end of the meeting. Friends, bear with me. I'm going to stop the recording and I'm going to introduce our next speaker. Please bear with me.